What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. All right, guys, this is not specifically the Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, so feel free to listen if you want, especially if it pertains to you and something that will make you feel any better about life. But my last video, I made a comment about taking some time off because of my household and things that have been going on, and the fact that I just needed a stress day to kind of relax. And I get this every once in a while where I have, a viewer, a subscriber, a Discord member, whoever the case may be, a human being, essentially, reach out to me and just kind of talk about problems, right? After hearing something I said, something resonated with them, they come out and they kind of just express themselves. So this individual, I asked if I could bring this topic up because I thought it's a very important topic, especially because it's the holidays. As much as the holidays brings joy and is meant to be a time of family, a time of happiness, a time of reflection about your own life, it's also a very big time of stress. This individual specifically asked me how I deal with taking time off, and they're very depressed because they were working their asses off in order to supply their family with gifts that they've wanted, that they've requested from Santa, and are working themselves to the bone. So I've done this a few times, and I wanna make something clear. I speak a lot to men. Because being a man, obviously, I understand what it feels like to be a man and how hard it is to be one. And this has nothing to do with gender or anything like that. It's just I'm speaking to what I know, right? It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough out there. So I tried to give this individual as much undivided attention as possible. Stop playing my game. Stop doing my content. Stop working. Took time off, and I spoke to this individual for about half an hour. And I think I've relayed the message, and I kind of want to do the same thing to anyone who is watching me or watches my content to know that, number one, I'm here for you. Okay, I don't want me to take on the responsibility of being everyone's therapist. I'm not a therapist. I have experience in the education of therapy. I did it at university as a secondary education, along with my other degree. But by no means am I a professional. But what I am is a pretty damn good listener. So to my community, if you are struggling, man or woman, doesn't matter. Okay, gender is not part of this. I just speak to men because, again, majority of my population of watchers are men around my age, a little bit younger, a little bit older. So all humans out there, if you are struggling with depression, struggling with any form of anxiety, and you don't have anyone to lend you an ear, I'm here for you, okay? But I also want to say this. I am not an answer to everyone's problems. As much as I love my community, as much as I love my fellow human, there's a reason why there's professionals that exist and why you have family and friends. Now, if you're turning to me, chances are the latter two avenues have probably been closed off to you. Family and friends are probably either not there for you, unfortunately, or just not available to listen to you, or just don't understand your problems. And I am more than happy to supplement some of that and take on some of that responsibility to be there as a ear, two ears, one mouth. Right? I'm always here for you guys for that. Just know that life is tough, man. Life is tough. So this individual, essentially, like I said, doesn't think they can get their family what they want for Christmas. And to some people that may seem really crazy and silly, right? To some people who are not a father or a husband or very young, really no responsibilities, may seem like a crazy thing to stress over. But to a lot of parents, to a lot of family members, to those who have a responsibility outside themselves, Christmas is a time where it's a time of giving. And it's the only time really outside of a birthday that you want to make your kids, your family, your husbands, your wives' dreams come true, right? What's on the list, but it shouldn't be at the cost of your health. Mental health is a damn crazy thing, guys. You can work your butt off, and if your partner knew, or if your kids knew the amount of stress you put yourself through mentally and physically to get themselves a monetary gift, I promise you guys, they would stop you in your tracks and tell you they love you for who you are. They would thank you, and they would tell you, remember, you're more important than that thing that you're buying. And I understand that Christmas puts a lot of pressure on parents, the Santas of the world, but it should never drive you to the brink of insanity. Like it really shouldn't. And this individual, unfortunately, I want to use an example, almost broke down and didn't know what to do because they felt like they were making their family, they were letting their family down. I can tell you right now, as a man who has worked his ass off to get where he is in life, there have been plenty of times I let my family down. But you know what? When I sit down and I talk to them and I explain to them the hardships that I'm going through, I've never once been met with any form of pushback, any form of guilt, any form of depression, any form of finger pointing, any form of judgment. I've always been met with, it's okay. We'll survive. We can do without this. There's always next time. And I want to say the same thing to you. Okay, and if you don't have that in your life, if you're lacking that in your life where people can say that to you, then I highly recommend, guys, look for professional help, because I think you need to have that inside of you to understand your own worth. If people can't see that in you, you need to see it in yourself. If you are working your ass off to get your family something, and it just can't be done because you are lacking the cycles, you're lacking the capacity. If you're just broken because you're working too hard, you got to look within yourself and know when to stop. A lot of this is going to fall on you as a human being to remember that sometimes it's not about what you're buying, but it's more about what you're doing as an individual. Okay? It's not about the monetary gift. It's the value you bring to your family as a father, as a husband, as a wife, as a mother, and as kids, as friends, whatever the case may be. So guys, please, if you ever need to reach out to me to talk, I'm always here for you. But remember, like, you have everything in the world in your family. Okay? Christmas has become, I don't know when it's evolved into becoming a monetary thing. It's always been, I guess, a monetary thing for a lot of people. A lot of people build these expectations and put these expectations on themselves. And a lot of the times you break yourself down trying to get these things for your kids. And quite honestly, they would just probably be happy with a very minimal monetary thing that you can buy and just some family time. I could be wrong. But after speaking to this individual, I feel like that seemed to be the case. Everyone that I've ever talked to about this topic, that seems to be the case, that a holiday is meant to be family time, right? Or love time between you and your loved ones, whether it's you have a family or not. Your friends can be considered your family. So just please, guys, during this time, look out for yourself. Speak to your family members. Talk to your loved ones. Be open about your problems. And I'm confident that most of you will find a solution that will set you at ease and that will set your family at ease as well. Because when you're stressed out about things like this, you're also stressing out your family. You're also being a different person, most likely. Most likely not the person that your wife or your husband fell in love with. They probably noticed the stress that you're showing because of your different demeanor, the way you're acting. You know, you wake up more angry. You wake up a lot more. You know, your immunity system, your immune system takes a hit. You get more sick. They probably can tell just by your demeanor. You're a whole different person. So I'm sure your family doesn't want that. So please, guys, just remember, mental health is so damn important, man. I can't stress this enough. Like, so many people struggle on a daily basis to make ends meet. And for those guys who are worried about Christmas and about getting, your loved ones what they've always wanted, there's always next time. It's monetary. It's always going to change. You can never satisfy people with monetary value things. Satisfy them with memories, satisfy them with love, give them what they're looking for, and that is all of you as a person. And just remember, the money thing will always come and go. Don't work your ass off for something you can't accomplish by putting yourself into depression. It's the worst thing you can do, especially during the holiday seasons. All right, guys, I'm sorry this was a little bit more of a intense video. Really not game related. I'm playing a game to talk to you guys about it because I wanted to bring this up. But for those who need to talk, you know where my Discord is at. Come get a hold of me anytime. I'm always here to talk. But remember, I can't be your solution. I can give you some advice, whether it's valid to your situation or not. It might not be. But just know that I will at the very least, listen to everything you have to say. and I hear you. Most importantly, I hear you. I may not be able to give you any answers, but I hear you, and I can sympathize, and I can at least tell you that everything's going to be okay if it is going to be okay, and if it's not, I can at least maybe direct you to some help, or people that can help you. But I highly recommend, guys, talk to your loved ones, talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to professionals. They're there for you for a reason. If you're going through massive depression and it's causing you to maybe want to harm yourself, or to like not be able to want to live because you can't provide what your family wants, I think if you really look within, your family just wants you and your love and your time more than anything else. All right, guys. Anyways, this is Payne. Remember, I'm always here. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.